All right, Joe. So what we thought, talking before,
Yeah.
I just got off the plane. I'm talking to you, well, what are we going to do in this? We thought we'd just look at 4 teams that we think could be dark horses and 4 teams that we've got question marks about. This is not a ranking. These are not the next 4 best teams in the World Cup. And the 4 teams we have question marks about aren't the 4 worst teams.
And some others have also issues.
And there are others that have issues. But let's start with the 4 who we consider to be dark horse. I'm going to go with something that's an unpopular pick because
what a surprise.
Maybe we're influenced by a recent conversation with Vincent Kompany.
Yeah.
And my prediction many, many years ago about Belgium's golden generation, which I'm still waiting on. But it's Belgium. And hear me out here, okay? We can all point fingers, look at the Muppet Show at the back and stuff. And okay, yeah, the defenders aren't great. And I know Lukaku, maybe he's back, maybe he's not back, whatever. But I think to myself, maybe the best number 10 as an attacking midfielder in the world.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe the best goalkeeper in the world.
Yeah.
Once you get to the knockout phases, you don't necessarily need much more. We've seen this in past World Cups.
Yeah.
Why can't Belgium be a dark horse?
No, I think I would argue, like I said to Nathan, who mentioned it before, it's a very tired horse. But if you want to count it as a dark horse, I give that to you. And I agree with you. I think, and you know what, maybe the best thing that could happen to them is that they're arriving in this competition under the radar. They just lost to Egypt, for example, in what was a friendly, so there might not many. There's not many things that you can take away from that friendly against Egypt. However, they're really under the radar. Before they used to be, every single time we were saying, okay, this is the moment.
Right.
This generation is going to hit it here. And now there's not even that kind of talk. And I think that really that's in their favor.
I'm thinking we always see this in World Cups. And look, I am, pulling names out of a hat here, right? Of very talented players who've had difficult times at club level, but maybe hit form just at the right time. And my adoration for Yuri Tielemans, how in this, he kind of tailed off at the end of last season, didn't have a great start to the season. And then maybe in the last month, picked up, right? Those pile drivers from outside the box. Could somebody like that, become kind of a third actor to carry this team with Courtois and De Bruyne? Can they get something from Eden Hazard?
That's the question.
That's why I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
Who you got?
So for the first one, I'll go with Senegal. Not just because I'm wearing the shirt today in tribute, really.
I think they're missing their star striker,
Exactly, to Sadio Mane. I feel for him, of course, and him missing the World Cup, but for the whole of Senegal. However, I still think that even without him, they can be a really nice surprise. They've got a really strong collective. They've got like star players, let's put it in that way. Edouard Mendy, Koulibaly, Ismail Assar, for example, who I would suspect will come in and replace Sadio, who is not the same level as Sadio, but can provide something really good on that wing. And I think Aliou Cissé has learned a lot from what happened in AFCONs especially in the last one that they won. I think that win is huge psychologically. And I think they're a physical, strong team, which always, a bit like a European country, really, that do so well in World Cups historically. And I think, again,
all those people who check out stereotypes over the years, they're so tired, they're so passé. But especially, you look at Senegal, there is no stereotype about this other than the fact that this team plays like a certain type of European team from maybe 10 years ago. And, and it's simply because Aliou Cissé is actually, I think, a very modern coach or a very competent coach. You're not going to see from him necessarily the high press, the fancy stuff. But again, it's a national team, and it's right. Another one that comes up, we're totally in two minds. I'm totally in two minds over Louis van Gaal.
Yes.
I know you've had your love-hate relationship with him over the years.
Remember, yeah.
But objectively,
yeah,
what can Holland do?
I think he can say as much as he wants. They're going to win it, and good for him. And I think that's also part of the character that he is. I think he's built a unit that is very impressive. And I think, of course, defensively, if you look at a back three of probably Timber, Van Dijk, and Ake or De Vrij, I guess the third one would be. This is impressive. I think
there's a lot of depth there.
And I think the back three suits them perfectly. And then if Memphis Depay is on good form, I think. But again, I don't think you can take out one player. I think their strength is that collective unity, that collective strength, the solidity that they have, and how strong, physical, and intense they can be.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll be really interested to see what we see from Van Gaal, because obviously last time Van Gaal was in a World Cup, we saw Holland go far with a team that was, I thought, purely defensive and often in a very ugly way. But then it's a World Cup. So if your game plan is defend stoutly with your back three, and you need that because of we've discussed before, the weird situation at goalkeeper, and wait for Memphis to do something at the other end, hey, that's a game plan too.
Yeah,
and Memphis,
true.
if he's on form, can be unplayable at times. We have said this, right?
Yeah.
So I can see Holland being in that mix. I know Serbia get a lot of people excited because of the potential of Vlahovic, Milinkovic, Savic.
Yeah, and Mitrovic and Kostic and all that great talent, which is great to have talent, but this is new to them. This is all new to them. They've never been here before. Some are really young, some are more experienced at club level, but this is a different level. And I think this is the only thing that makes me think, okay, how do you approach a game against Switzerland where they've been here before? They've won World Cup games. They've won Euro games, big games as well. They've caused problems to a lot of big teams in World Cup, in Euros before. And you're Serbia, and you're like, we're so excited to be here, but this is all new to us. And so let's see how they approach it and how they accommodate themselves.
It does feel that Serbia also, and people are going to bring this up, and I hate it when people bring up, historically at World Cups. It doesn't matter. This is a new team. These guys weren't there 10 years ago. People will bring it up. If Serbia screwed up against Switzerland, and we can see it happening, right?
Yeah.
Switzerland, Borathon, and then, Fabian Schär header in minute 88, and then whatever. Say, Serbia, they always let you down. Yeah, no, it doesn't mean anything. Who else you got?
Well, I think we've done the four. So Holland, Belgium, Serbia, and Senegal are four, surprise package potentially, as in surprise who will go far in the competition.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.